Good afternoon and welcome to Oriam, Scotland's performance centre here on the outskirts of Edinburgh for day 2 of the 2016 Victory Shield. First match we have for you this afternoon, the Republic of Ireland up against Northern Ireland. We already enjoyed a fantastic opening day here on Sunday. Scotland, the hosts, running out 2-0 winners against Northern Ireland, and Wales losing out by 4-0 to the Republic of Ireland. So the two sides first up today with contrasting fortunes in the opening day. Interesting to see if Republic of Ireland can build on their opening day showing and if Northern Ireland can recover from that defeat. We'll get right to the action in just a moment, but first and foremost, let's get those national anthems.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding then for the national anthems of both teams. First of all, we'd like you to show your respect for the national anthem of Northern Ireland. And now, please, ladies and gentlemen, the Republic of Ireland.
So let's take a look at today's starting lineups. Both sides making a number of changes from their opening matches on the opening day. We'll start with the Republic of Ireland. They have Harry Clark in goal. Outfield, Kevin O'Reilly, Cameron Ledwidge wearing the captain's armband, Mark Walsh, Sean Brennan, Mark McGuinness, Adam O'Reilly, Tyreek Wright, Ray O'Sullivan, Kieran Brennan and Sean Mahan. As for Northern Ireland, it's Paul McLaughlin in goal. Outfield, Jake Corbett, Ethan Warnock, Jack Conlon, Sam McClelland, Ethan Galbraith, the captain Jordan McAnuff, Ben Wilson, Jack Scott, Andrew Whiteside and Daniel Finlayson. I am Gordon Duncan, I'll be your commentator this afternoon, and pleased to say I'm joined by Kenny Miller of the Scottish Sun. But more importantly, don't want to just hear from us, we want to hear from you as well. If you want to give us your thoughts on today's game, any of the previous games and the games still to come, why not get in touch using the hashtag Victory Shield on Twitter. Scottish FA Twitter handle, of course, at Scottish FA. Remember, we'll be broadcasting all of the games live and for catch-up, youtube.com/Scotland National Team. If the first games on Sunday are anything to go by, then we are in for an absolute treat here this afternoon. Kenny Miller, pleased to introduce you to the action. Two teams, Kenny, with contrasting fortunes on the opening day. How much will that impact today's games?
I think even in confidence terms is bound to play a part. As you say, contrasting fortunes. The Republic of Ireland simply blew the holders Wales away. Northern Ireland were frustrated in their efforts to get at Scotland. Scotland keeper not really called into serious action at all. So interesting to see how they face up to this one.
A number of changes, of course. I suppose the Victory Shield, the under-16 competition every year, not only important to win the thing, but to try and rotate the squad, get a good look at everyone and give them equal chance to show what they can do.
Well, it is. I'm looking forward to seeing the kind of strength and depth that the Republic of Ireland have, because I think in trying to pick a man of the match in the opening day, it was very, very difficult. There's 5 or 6 genuine contenders, so they shuffled the pack today, so keen to see what they look like.
Both sides just going through the pre-match huddle at the moment. Some last instructions from the captain. And today's referee, the man in the middle is Peter Stewart. Looking at the size of this surface, Kenny, we touched on it a lot on Sunday. This Oriam, Scotland's brand new performance centre, certainly is a big pitch, and it's going to be important for both sides to try and get the ball down and make the ball do the hard work.
Well, I know from speaking to the Hearts and Hibs development team players that play here on a weekly basis in Edinburgh how good the surface is. Maybe unforgiving in terms of size, but certainly no complaints about the run of the ball.
Final check of the watch from the referee, Peter Stewart. And Kieran Brennan gets us underway for the Republic of Ireland, playing it straight away out to the left back, Kevin O'Reilly. Cameron Ledwidge goes long, operating at centre back today after performing ever so well at left back in the opening game. There's another man, Sean Brennan, on the ball. He's the man who makes things tick for the Republic of Ireland. In the centre of your screen, wearing number 10, always looking to get in the ball and make things happen.
Very, very impressed with him the other day. I don't think he gave the ball away once.
You can see why he's caught the attention of English Premier League side Southampton, Sean Brennan, as he goes and tries to close that one down. Headed up the line by O'Reilly. Good defending header from Jake Corbett.
Jake Corbett was the one man that stood out for the Northern Irish team the other day.
There goes Brennan, just looking for that diagonal over the top. Well cut out in the end though by Conlon. Northern Ireland did many things right in that opening day defeat to Scotland, but just perhaps ball breaking down in the final third.
I tell you what, they were relieved when they saw the team sheet not to have either Adam Ida, this towering centre forward up front against them, or the pace of Callum Thompson, both starting on the bench.
Good run down the right hand side from Ethan Galbraith though. Just checking back, tries to go on the outside again, well defended it must be said. With a risky clearance, goes only as far as Conlon. Oh, that's a crunching tackle to say the least from Jack Conlon. Heavy first touch, and in the end had to bring the man down.
I think Mark Walsh was lucky to ride that one, saw it coming.
Referee just making the point to Conlon. Perhaps a final warning, only a minute and 40 seconds into this game, but I don't think he'll get away with too many more of those.
Combative stuff already.
And a rare loose pass from Brennan that time. McClellan going all the way back to his goalkeeper. Paul McLaughlin been given the nod. Tiernan Parker was the man who played against Scotland on Sunday, but McLaughlin has the gloves today. A chance for him to show exactly what he's capable of. Another loose pass at the back there. The Republic of Ireland just about managing to mop it up at the second time of asking. There is that man Brennan. Good close control from him, but he's lost it in the end. Illegally, says the referee.
Just this Sunday, the place here, Oriam, is packed with scouts, with agents, with coaches, and one of the ones that was mentioned to us pre-match was Mark Walsh, the number 7 for the Republic of Ireland. Pretty diminutive in stature, but very quick with the ball at his feet.
Certainly has been a lot of talent on show over the last couple of days here, and plenty more to come throughout the week. Ball out in this left-hand side for Northern Ireland, just trying to work an opening. Good defensive shape from the Republic, though, managing to clear most of the danger so far. Drops down. Galbraith battling hard, closed down in the end, though, by Sean Mahan. Kenny, already you can see both sides keen to get the ball down and knock it around this playing surface here. Absolutely fantastic at Oriam, Scotland's new sports performance centre, for those of you who are unaware with our unfamiliar, should I say, with our surroundings. And Kenny, we know the Scottish FA are very excited to have this facility, and you can see the visiting teams enjoying it just as much. Yeah,
rightly proud of it. I think I said on Sunday they staged the first ever international game here against France last month, and one of the French delegation told them that they have nothing to compare this to back in France. So for all their pedigree, certainly there's no facility like this.
Good interception from Tyreek Wright as he goes rampaging down the left-hand side. Has to settle for a throw-in in the end. Going to be joined by Kevin O'Reilly to take it. Just assessing his options, looks for the feet of Brennan. As you can see, the number 10, again, not the biggest, but more than happy to hold the ball up. He's going to fall to the edge of the box, just loose control in the end.
Two good feet from Brennan again.
Ray O'Sullivan trying to play it into feet there. Adam O'Reilly losing out. Galbraith just goes long, mopped up in the end though by Ledwidge. Just floating out to this right hand side, giving Mark Walsh something to chase early on. He manages to keep it in. Is he going to get there? Indeed he does. Terrific ball across as well. And in a fairly unorthodox fashion, Northern Ireland manage to scramble clear. You can see already, Kenny, that's going to be a key plan for Republic of Ireland, using the pace of Walsh down this right hand side, trying to get him to the byline and get those balls across the face.
That was clearly a big talking point in the first game on Sunday. The Republic of Ireland had such a variety of options going forward. They had real pace on the flanks, strength through the middle, and even with the change in personnel, doesn't seem to have disrupted that game plan.
You would imagine Republic of Ireland's confidence would be sky high going into this one, Kenny. 4-0 against Wales on Sunday, and in truth, it could have been more.
It should have been far more. I suppose that's the positive of making the changes. The boys that have come in will be desperate to make the mark, and play their part potentially in the third game against Scotland, which could be the decider.
And such is the multi-sporting nature of this facility. These boys have currently got members of the Scotland rugby team over on the far side watching them. Through those glass windows you can just see at the top of your screen. No pressure then.
It was extreme frisbee before we came in yesterday. That's maybe more our pace. Some
Scotland internationals over there, certainly. Some British and Irish Lions over there as well. So clearly some sporting expertise to be had. Wonder what they're making of this opening 6 or so minutes. Still goalless here at Oriam. Republic of Ireland 0, Northern Ireland 0. Neither side really managing to threaten the opposition goal so far.
Been tenacious, certainly in midfield. The other side settled into their rhythm yet.
It certainly has been a quick start, certainly been a feature of the games we've seen so far. All four sides really trying to come out of the blocks quickly.
I think that ferocious sprinkler system helps.
Just a loose pass in the end. Not managing to keep the ball in that time.
Definitely a stronger start from Northern Ireland than against Scotland. I think they allowed Scotland to dictate the tempo, but they're on the front foot here.
I suppose they've had 48 hours or so to get things right, albeit that is a quick turnaround, but I'm sure despite their tender age they've been going about things professionally, back to the team base, discussing what they've done well and what they must do better in the next game, and goalkeeper just taking a little bit of a chance there, gets it clear in the end.
Very, very casual.
I think that's a bit of an understatement from you. There is the skipper, Ledwidge.
Hopelessly reckless, is that not better?
Just tries to go long down the left-hand side. And we touched on Ledwidge earlier in the coverage, Kenny. He was very, very impressive in the opening game. Fantastic at left-back. His delivery caused all sorts of problems for Wales, and clearly as comfortable operating at centre-back as well.
Listen, anything can happen with these boys when they're so young, but he is one you can look at and say he is going to play at some level, a reasonably high level. He looks such a polished all-rounder. Interesting to see how he does at centre-back today.
Bit of a chance here for Adam O'Reilly to come forward. He plays a lovely pass down the line. It's going to be headed clear by Brennan. Up into there again. Bit of head tennis going on. Neither side really managing to get a foothold on the ball at the moment. That's a lovely turn though. Sean Mahan was the man. Brought it down, nice pirouette before he was hauled to the floor.
See Sean Brennan just demands the ball all the time. Not the biggest player in the park, but one of the bigger presences.
Chooses to go short on this occasion, gets it straight back though. Instantly on the turn, head up. It's a lovely pass as well, right into the feet of Brennan. It's a nice turn from him, and he's just about making his way towards the Northern Ireland penalty box. Down it comes, Walsh, ball bouncing around. He finds that man Brennan, flicks it with the outside of the right boot. Walsh again, just tries to float it in at the back post, ends up going wide. Not entirely sure that was a shot at goal, Kenny, but certainly had the goalkeeper scrambling.
You'd have claimed it. I think it's one of these ones you call it a shot if it dips in. Call it a miscued cross.
You can see a nice pass again from Brennan. He just flicked it with the outside of the boot. Walsh has a look up, to be fair. He is floating it into a danger area, certainly.
I think we had a tweet the other day saying simply that Sean Brennan is a hashtag baller. Can't disagree with that.
Certainly is at the heartbeat of everything Republic of Ireland have produced so far in this year's competition. Well cut out that time though from Sullivan. Before he's brought down. Andrew Whiteside, the man with the foul. You can see Brennan on every possible set piece duty, no matter where it is on the field. He's the man that takes it. Goes short more often than not though. Good pressing that time though from Northern Ireland when they're thrown in a semi-dangerous position. Can't really make it count though into the feet of Brennan. Just dumps it off into the path of Mahon. Trying to wriggle free of his marker. Crunching tackle from Galbraith. And are we going to see our first yellow card of the afternoon? Indeed we are. He certainly got a whole lot of the ball though, Kenny. I mean, you can see him come flying into your picture right about now. I suppose nowadays it's the follow through the referees look at just as much as the contact on the ball.
I'm not sure he had to go in like that in that area of the pitch. Puts himself under pressure now for the rest of the game.
So first booking of the afternoon goes the way of Northern Ireland's Ethan Galbraith. Crunching tackle to say the least. Adam O'Reilly, the man with the free kick, he's just going to try and dink this in behind for Walsh. There's a good chance if Walsh can bring it down, and indeed he does. Lovely touch from him. Tries to just knock it round the other side of the defender. And in the end sees the danger clear. It's safe to say, Kenny, after 10 minutes, both sides doing fairly well to get towards the attacking third, but breaking down when it does.
Yeah, I think you give credit to the number 6 from Northern Ireland there, Sam McClelland. He was a threat against Scotland in Scotland's half, but mopped up well there.
And here is that man McClelland just making his way into the opposition half. Good running pass from him, finds a teammate, tries to get the ball back, in the end lets it go. Worked out to this near side. Conlon's just about going to keep it in. Whiteside and Conlon trying to combine. It's going to fall back to Whiteside. Looks up, thinks about the delivery in the end though. Again, the pass is just too heavy, and that is a crunching tackle that time from Adam O'Reilly. And it sets Walsh away. Plenty of space for Walsh to go into if he can get there. Tries to play it early. Cut out yet again. Back into Conlon. Both sets of wide men enjoying a fair bit of space in the opening exchanges. McAnuff with the header. O'Reilly thought about playing it long, turns back, finds Ledwidge. We know he's a confident boy on that left boot, but he won't be happy with that one. Set some fairly high standards with his passing range in the opening game.
I think that's what stuck out. As much as he's physically aggressive and imposing, he was tidy on the ball. Clearly another case of the commentator's curse.
Here's Conlon again. It's a lovely pass from him as well. Again, the touch is just slightly heavy, but recovered ever so well by Jack Scott. Finds Whiteside down on this left-hand side, cuts onto the right foot, rolls it back out. Scott again has it. Slowly but surely tries to stand it up with the right boot. In the end, going to be hacked away by O'Reilly. Only as far as Conlon though. Good period of pressure this from Northern Ireland, but again, a real feature of this opening stage. The ball just breaking down, neither side managing to keep it as much as they would like.
I think you picked that out on Sunday from Northern Ireland. Sometimes the passing's a bit scrappy, lets them down.
Number 15, Andrew Whiteside, just trying to enjoy a bit more of possession, trying to keep it, make something happen for this Northern Ireland side. Good pressing though from Northern Ireland, forcing the ball out of play in this near side. Conlon gets it back, slips it down the line to Whiteside, opens it out. Galbraith floats it over the top. Lovely ball from him out to Corbett on that right hand side. We've seen a number of impressive fullback performances in this campaign so far. There is Galbraith, edge of the box, fires in the shot, well blocked by McGuinness. And that's a lovely touch that time from Brennan, just opens the play out, one touch, takes him away from his man, trying to find Walsh in the near side, and again, we know it is a quick pitch here at Oriam, Kenny. It was well watered before the game as well. The passing really does have to be precise. You're going to have a tough job keeping the ball in play.
Yeah, the players have my sympathy. It's a big enough pitch without having to chase after a slick surface. I think you're right to point out the strength of the fullbacks we've seen on show so far. Every team looks good in that area. Certainly Jake Corbett, one of the main men for Northern Ireland.
Daniel Finlayson taking a bit of a chance at the back there for Northern Ireland, gets away with it though. Didn't see too much of him on Sunday. Another one trying to impress. Lovely first time flick by Walsh, finds Brennan. Left footed into the centre of the park. Out it goes again, but Walsh not quite on the same wavelength this time. He had stayed short for the ball. The ball played in behind. And in the end it drifts harmlessly out for a throw in on this near side. Now remember, you can get in touch with us, #VictoryShield, if you want to have your say on Twitter. Let us know what you think of the coverage of the games, of the players, who's catching your eye. And it looks like we've had a tweet from no less than the Chief Executive of the Scottish FA, Stuart Regan. Good quality stream, guys, top commentary too, not sure about that. He's going to be here heading to Oriam, Scotland for the Scotland-Wales game, should I say, at 4 PM. So Stuart Regan's listening.
He's left your name off that.
Yeah, needless to say.
Tweet, Gordon.
He's clearly a fan of yours and not mine, that's fine, I'll remember that.
There's only so many characters to work with on Twitter, I'm sure it's nothing personal.
Maybe he just
or
thinks
he's a sound judge.
I think he thinks you need the praise more than I do, maybe that's what it is, he knows you're a fragile character. Anyway, back into McClelland. Just turns 360, goes back out the way to Finlayson. Finlayson and McClelland happy just to knock the ball along that back four before McClelland goes long, trying to find Whiteside, and indeed he does, brings it down in the chest. Cuts back onto that right foot, not for the first time this afternoon.
Whiteside's been positive so far. Definitely a good outlet for them on the left.
Into the feet of Brennan, but McClelland does ever so well. Powerful challenge from him, and it's back with Whiteside. Goes to cross first time.
I think he rushed that cross when he didn't have to. He had time to lift his head.
You can hear the technical staff down in front of us urging him just to take it a touch before he crossed it. Decided to go first time. Lovely footwork from Walsh. She's got a good run on here. He's got a chance to slip it into Brennan, but Brennan just can't quite get there. Well covered in the end. And Conlon, the man who sees it out. But already we're seeing Mark Walsh for the Republic of Ireland. Kenny very comfortable on the ball, the old-fashioned winger, dropping the shoulder. The defenders don't quite know which way he's going to go, and that makes him a very difficult opponent to track.
Yep, and I think he's benefiting from having Sean Brennan and Adam O'Reilly behind him, who can definitely pick a pass. I think their weight of pass, especially on a wet surface, has been great.
Into the feet of Brennan, not for the first time. Manages to win his side a throw in. Crowded out though. Northern Ireland have obviously done their homework. They know he's the danger man, closing him down as quickly as possible, with as many men as possible. Just a chance there for O'Reilly to pick up the pieces. Good tackle though. Ethan Warnock managing just to poke the ball out of play. Now the beauty of social media is you can get in touch from anywhere in the world. What about this one? This user, Kyle, has used #VictoryShield to get in touch. Come on Ireland, watching all the way from Venezuela. Well, Kyle, I can tell you one thing for sure, that you're enjoying hotter temperatures than we are at the moment. A wonderful indoor facility this in Edinburgh, but that doesn't mean that it's anything short of freezing inside. Oh, bit of wrestling there on the far side. Ledwidge getting a bit too aggressive for the referee's liking. He's going to have a word. Jack Scott, the man he's wrestling with over on that far side. We saw Ledwidge though, Kenny, on Sunday. A real feature of his play was that aggression. I guess if he can keep it in check, it's something that the Ireland coaching staff won't want to stamp out of him, because it channeled in the right manner. It really shone through in his game the other day.
Definitely one of his strengths. He's one of the, it's not exactly a technical term, but he's one of the bigger units in this team. We saw a few in the Scotland rugby team walk around the pitch earlier and he wouldn't look out of place.
Well, that's something that's just as almost as important as the technical ability at this stage. I know the coaches like to see a bit of devilment, a bit of will to win, as long as it's played in the right manner, of course. Nice footwork that, managing just to keep the ball alive. Back it comes though to Sullivan. Across the field to O'Reilly. All the way across this time to another of the O'Reillys in the Ireland team. It's Kevin this time, just going one way then the other. There's the overlap from right. He did that time and time again on Sunday. Can he get a good ball across? Indeed he can. No takers though that time.
Begging to be attacked, that ball.
Tyreek Wright bursting down the left-hand side, as you can see. Looks up, flashes the ball across. And Walsh, the closest man at the back post, but still a good way off from managing to convert that chance. Northern Ireland just trying to get it cleared down in this bottom corner of the field. There's Brennan, just plays it off, goes all the way back there to Ledwidge. Looks up, tries to find the feet of Brennan, bit too much on it though. Allows McAnuff to come forward. Tries to thread that through ball, but well read. Cameron Ledwidge, must be said. Saw that one all the way, picks it up. And tries to set his side on the attack. Wright's the man who's going to chase. He's got pace to burn. But Corbett is a reliable operator at right back for Northern Ireland. He manages to sweep up the danger.
We mentioned Corbett a few times and I'm repeating myself, but he really did catch the eye against Scotland. He was not shy about pushing forward, taking on the opposition winger, full back, and he's not too bad at the other end either.
Yeah, played a lot of his youth football for Crusaders, has Jake Corbett. Wonder if he's impressing many of the scouts that are in front of us here at Oriam this afternoon.
Certainly no shortage of scouts. Some of the biggest clubs in Europe represented here.
If you take a look at the stands in front of us, it certainly is a who's who of British football, keeping an eye on the next batch of talent coming through. All the way back to the man with the captain's armband for Northern Ireland though, Jordan McAnuff. Finlayson just trying to go long, does eventually find its target. Comes back to Galbraith, lovely first time pass from him, but just not quite enough on it. Cut out in the end. There's Walsh, and he's just overrun it on this near side. Throw in to Northern Ireland on this near side. Up it goes. Well won by Walsh. Galbraith and Brennan colliding. Walsh goes first time again, but that's fine. Finlayson's happy enough to take that into feet. Corbett just trying to shape it down the line. Lovely turn there from Jack Scott, but can't get away from the reinforcements at the back there.
Adam O'Reilly's covering some amount of ground. A tenacious type in midfield for the Republic of Ireland.
It was certainly evident on Sunday, Kenny, that all sides starting at a very quick pace, the size of the pitch, the effort they're putting in. It's no surprise that we tend to see a whole raft of substitutions after the break.
Yeah, I think it's been another feature of the games. There's been a lull, maybe around the 50-60 minute mark, and it's no wonder. The two of us had a wee run about this pitch yesterday ourselves, even at our extremely amateurish level. It's a lot of ground to cover.
I think the less said about that, the better.
Yep.
Well, we're getting messages from all corners of the globe now. Hashtag Victory Shield. Come on, you boys in green from Australia. There we are. Good to see it's not just the home nations who are tuned in. And if you want to have your say as well, remember hashtag Victory Shield on Twitter. As that goes long, there's a bit of a chance here, but it looks as if it is going to go all the way through. The goalkeeper taking a bit of a chance. He was telling his teammates that he had it under control. Certainly had some hearts and mouths there, did Paul McLaughlin.
Not sure he ever did have that in control. That seemed to play out in slow motion.
He was giving a universal hand symbol for calm down. They've got this under control, and certainly a bit too close for comfort in the end. Lovely run down the right hand side, but again, great covering across from Ledwidge. Look at the strength, just holds the man off and manages to thump it clear down the line.
That's exactly what we were talking about a minute ago. Such an imposing figure at the back, whether he's at left back or through the middle. And at centre back there, reading the danger well, knowing his full back needed a bit of help, and across to clear the danger. And again across quickly.
Across it comes though. He's got more defending to do here. Just coolly heads it back to his goalkeeper.
Took the words right out of my mouth. He does have a cool head, Ledwidge. We are probably talking him up too much now, but a good all-rounder. Certainly one to watch.
Good turn of pace from Brennan, just about to cross the halfway line. Decides to turn back though. Fires it across into the feet of Mahan. He's in danger of overrunning that one, but he's helped out by his teammate. It is going to be a free kick. Ray O'Sullivan just caught late there. Goalkeeper Harry Clark able to come out and collect that one. Another man who didn't start the first game, Clark, so he's going to show what he can do. Tries to dink it out to the left-hand side. Doesn't quite come off for him though. Bit of a chance for Jack Scott here if he wants to fire it in first time. Finds the chest of Ledwidge. He does lose out on this occasion though. Midfield battling going on here as the ball finds Walsh on the right-hand side. Has a look up, thinks about taking it a run. Indeed he does, dances inside, loses out in the end though. McAnuff has it. Into the feet. Ben Wilson just opening it out to the far side. Good battle that. Tyreek Wright comes out on top. Driving forward. Lovely turn again from Brennan. Not the first time we've seen him do that this afternoon. Manages to set Mahan on his way. Has he got enough to keep it under control? No, he doesn't. But he has one inside, a corner on the far side of this pitch. So, first corner of the afternoon on the far side there for Republic of Ireland. Mark Walsh is going to be the man who goes across to take it. Northern Ireland choosing to just take 10 men back, leaving one man up. And you're looking for the head of Ledwidge. There's a real danger from set pieces, but it's cleared at the near post. Headed up into the air. Going to be fired from range, way over the bar from Adam O'Reilly. He says it got a touch, referee says no. And the number 15 clearly fancying his chances from quite a way out on that occasion.
Steely stuff at the back from Northern Ireland. I suppose their concern has to be that 3 or 4 of the Republic's best players are still to come on.
Here come Northern Ireland then down that right hand side. No real options up front though, forced to come back. Galbraith just along the halfway line. Finds McClellan. He tries to play it in behind, but it's well cut out again. Just bursting through the midfield. That's a great run that time from O'Reilly.
Adam O'Reilly again.
Finds Walsh. Great first touch from Walsh. Down he goes. Free kick, says the referee. Ball booted away in frustration by Jack Conlon. The referee showing him a yellow card as well. So, 2 yellow cards already for Northern Ireland. Jack Conlon, the latest, joins his teammate Ethan Galbraith in the book.
It's getting increasingly difficult for Northern Ireland to get a hold of Walsh.
He certainly is a tricky operator down in this right-hand side. And it's going to be the man who won the foul, Mark Walsh, who's going to deliver the free kick. Dangerous position this. You can see the Northern Ireland back line just trying to organise themselves. Referee making sure the ball's back the 10 yards. He's got the magic spray out as well. I wonder what type of delivery this is going to be from Walsh. Certainly a fairly long run up. Might just drill this one across the face. Indeed, he plays it back short. Brennan just tries to curl it in at the back post. Goalkeeper and defender collide. It comes out to Ledwidge. Pokes it into the back of the net. Makes it Republic of Ireland 1, Northern Ireland 0. A real mix up at the back from goalkeeper Paul McLaughlin. Collided with his defender. Couldn't get anything in the ball. It falls to Ledwidge, he pokes it home, and you can see exactly what that means to him and his teammates. Straight over to the bench. There you see the curling ball from Brennan. Goalkeeper comes, doesn't get there, and Ledwidge has got the simplest of tasks, just to toe poke the ball home.
We just talked about how resilient Northern Ireland have been at the back, and it'll be so frustrating for them that they've been undone by a basic lack of communication at the back.
Well, Camden Ledwidge would spent a lot of time on Sunday discussing how good a player he was. We've said it again this afternoon. He's playing at centre back, but it's him who's found the goal, showing he's a real threat in both boxes.
Listen, it comes back to that aggression and that will to win you were talking about earlier, but so frustrating for Northern Ireland. That really has to be the keeper's ball.
So 28 minutes on the clock here at Oriam in Edinburgh, and it is Republic of Ireland picking up where they left off on Sunday and going a goal ahead against Northern Ireland, who find themselves trailing yet again. There is the goal scorer Ledwidge, all the way back to his goalkeeper. Just worked out to the right centre back position. McGuinness finds Ledwidge. Just chooses to go long this time. Not a great deal of direction on it, but happy to clear his lines. Headed high up into the air. Conlon comes looking, tussling with Walsh. Galbraith's the man, just cushions the ball down with the header. Walsh snapping at his heels. Brennan's there as well. Nice attempted turn there from Galbraith. Very comfortable on the ball as well, but Brennan's tenacious. Happy enough just to stab the ball out for a throw-in.
Bonus points for a wee Zidane turn there.
Trying to play it first time down the line, but Whiteside's not quite in the same wavelength. Well cut out. Into O'Reilly in the middle of the field. Dances away from one challenge, but it's a loose pass in the end. No real options for Northern Ireland. You can see Galbraith just looking up, trying to pick a pass, and he does indeed eventually find Corbett on the right side. His cross is deflected, and that's going to be easy pickings for Harry Clark in the Republic of Ireland goal.
Had he not just given the ball away needlessly, I was about to say that Adam O'Reilly looks a carbon copy of Sean Brennan in the middle. We were
two
Brennan
very similar players. Number 15 and 10 for the Republic of Ireland.
Always looking for the ball.
No real danger for McClelland, a bit of space for him to just stride forward. Plays a simple pass out to Corbett on the right side. Down the line it goes. Jack Scott loses out, does eventually win it back though, well done to him. McClelland just going to thump it high and out for a throw in. "40-minute halves here, remember, in the Victory Shield. So just around 10 minutes to go till the break. Republic of Ireland looking to double their advantage before that half-time whistle goes. The game by no means slipping away from Northern Ireland, but they do have to offer more in that attacking third as Ledwidge comes and wins the ball yet again. Loses out second time though, perhaps just overdid it. Nice diagonal, bit of defending to do here. Back it goes to the goalkeeper. Up to the head of Walsh, flicks it on, but that's really his space to be running into. Can't find a teammate. Whiteside twisting. Comes back to McClelland. McClelland goes left-footed into Galbraith. Looks as if that one's just going to be shielded all the way out for a goal kick. And indeed it does. Strong defending there from Mark McGuinness. A real feature of this Republic of Ireland backline, Kenny. Real physicality, and you're going to have to be fairly crafty to get the better of those two.
Yeah, and they can all play a bit as well, brains and brawn. Republic of Ireland do have options, not just on the bench, but right through their team. They're going to take some stopping.
Galbraith wins the header, beats Brennan to it. McClelland's up there as well. Clear height advantage for him in that challenge. There's O'Reilly though, it's a lovely tackle from him and chips the ball down the line. Walsh is there, covering tackle though, and Walsh taken out again. Cynical foul that one, and I suspect we're going to see our third yellow card of the afternoon. And indeed we are.
Say this for Walsh, he's very, very brave.
Just giving Finlayson a talking to before showing him the card. You can see Walsh just gets there ahead, touches the ball, absolutely smashed in the end. Fair play to Walsh though, picks himself up to take the free kick, and I guess it comes with the territory of being a tricky winger, Kenny, but he's been in the wars already in this opening 32 minutes.
He's long since got used to that, but credit to him. Always keen to get on the ball and take people on, not about to shy away.
Walsh just adjusting his socks, giving Northern Ireland a chance to organise at the back, although that didn't work out too well for them last time. They'll be hoping for an improved defensive performance this time around from the set piece. Walsh stands, hands on hips, just looking again to curl it into the area this time. Took the last one short, but here he comes. Plays it low and hard, but doesn't quite work out. Easily cleared by Northern Ireland. Second ball comes back into right, hacked clear once again. Out to Walsh though again, he's got a lot of space. Just tries to float it in at the back post. Ledwidge is still up, knocks it back to right. Left-footed, volleys it low. Well blocked in the end. Ledwidge again. Brennan tries the first time pass. Out it comes to O'Reilly. Thinks about slipping it into Walsh and does. Walsh again just standing up into the danger area. Header down. And this time that is going to be easily dealt with by Paul McLaughlin in the Northern Ireland goal. But Kenny, we're seeing Republic of Ireland really starting to try and press home that advantage.
Yeah, they're turning the screw, and that man Walsh is involved time and time again. I like that he never seems to panic in that final third. Always seems to lift his head and pick the right option. We talk about momentum in games and key moments. If the Republic can take a 2-goal lead into the break, it's certainly going to be a long way back for Northern Ireland. Yeah, and the flip side for Northern Ireland is they really have to keep it tight for the rest of the first half. Maybe try and regroup at the interval. Again, like the Scotland game, they've not really looked like scoring. There's Walsh again, but he does lose out this time. Chance for O'Sullivan to play it down the line. It's a loose pass from him though. Frustration is the word for Northern Ireland, because again they've competed so well. There's been pockets of potential in the play. It's just that cutting edge. O'Sullivan acknowledging the loose pass that time.
He's got the chance to make amends here, brings it down in the chest, plays it infield to Brennan. Brennan looking for the run. Mopped up in the end by Finlayson, but Republic of Ireland have another corner.
Should say in the defence of Ben Wilson up front for Northern Ireland, he's had very, very little to work with.
We haven't really mentioned his name, and that's perhaps a sign of the way this game's gone so far.
No, he's been increasingly isolated, closely man-marked.
And he is the only man forward at the moment for Northern Ireland as Wilson. He's actually going back to help out as we speak. Ball comes in. And again at the back post, can't quite get it clear. They do in the end though. Bit of a chance to break. Out to the far side, header down. But Galbraith doesn't read it. Out to Brennan.
O'Reilly again picking out the scraps.
He has won every second ball so far this afternoon, hasn't he? Ledwidge happy enough to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Ireland just coming out of the other side. Plenty of space on this big surface here at Oriam. Happy to just spread it from one side to the other. Brennan gives it back. Goes long this time. Headed up into the air by Finlayson. O'Reilly very comfortable at letting the ball run across his body. There's the other O'Reilly. Kevin gives it back to Ledwidge. Harry Clark in goal, seeing a lot of the ball to feet in the recent stages. Mark McGuinness just assessing his options, can't quite find Walsh. Fortunately for them, the ball goes back to Brennan. Brennan on it once more, just a series of 1-2s that time with McGuinness. McGuinness again looking up, not a great deal on in front of him. Walsh all the way back to the goalkeeper. Remember, this is the first of 2 live games we will bring you here from Oriam in Edinburgh this afternoon. After the conclusion of this match, a short break, and then we will be right back with the host Scotland up against Wales. Again, 2 sides with contrasting fortunes on the opening day and Sunday. Myself, Gordon Duncan, and Kenny Miller of the Scottish Sun alongside me. Very much looking forward to that one, but still a long way to go in this one. 36 minutes gone. Republic of Ireland, a goal to the good against Northern Ireland, who are struggling to get themselves back into this game as Brennan has it on the halfway line. Plays it inside, nice 1-2, gets it back. Tyreek Wright pointing, but Brennan just comes back inside, lifts his head. Extra couple of touches. Across to O'Reilly. Surging run this time from O'Sullivan before he's blocked. Twisting and turning at the back there. Just about manages to keep it in.
Such a hard shift for Ben Wilson. I know we just mentioned it, but he's hardly had the ball at his feet at all.
He's not been given a whole lot of assistance from his teammates so far as Ben Wilson up front for Northern Ireland.
You can see the frustration in him, shaking his head, hands on hips, but all he can do is keep working and hope a half chance falls his way.
Straight into the chest of Corbett. Looks inside, finds his man. Loose touch though. And O'Reilly's able to find Ledwidge. Clears the lines. McAnuff all the way back. McClellan this time has it. Again, it's in the rough direction of the Northern Ireland striker, but just can't quite control it. There's Brennan, skips away from one tackle. He's got Galbraith for company, turns back, tries to find the feet of Walsh. In the end, the play breaks down. Galbraith to McAnuff. There is Wilson into the feet. It doesn't help when he does get a rear sight of the ball and then gives it away. O'Reilly in behind for Walsh. Well picked up that time though. Finlayson has it now. Into the feet of his captain. Galbraith once more. You can see Republic of Ireland closing down the ball well, but a good passage of play from Northern Ireland. That's a lovely pass out wide from Galbraith. Comes back inside. Tyreek Wright can't get there. Worked across to McAnuff. Thinks about shooting from range. Right foot. Indeed he does. Crashes back off the crossbar. Ledwidge makes a mess of the clearance as well. Danger still not over here. Down the right hand side though. Corbett looking to just get the ball delivered. Dumps it off instead. Ball comes in. Misplaced volley. Walsh trying to clear as well. And eventually Brennan does, but safe to say that's the best we've seen from Northern Ireland. A terrific effort from the captain McInniff, coming crashing back off the crossbar.
Over the course of the 2 games, that's the first we've seen of that, and that's what we've been waiting for from Northern Ireland. And you could see the instantaneous panic in the Republic defence. Even someone as reliable as Ledwidge and Brennan slicing clearances. And it's come back off the bar, but it's bound to give Northern Ireland a lift.
We've seen quite a few shots from range over the course of this game and the 2 games we witnessed on Sunday, and that certainly is as close as we've seen.
It was, and I don't think the keeper was getting too close to it either.
So let off then, right on the stroke of half-time. And as the half-time whistle blows, it is Republic of Ireland who hold the slenderest of leads going into the break. Republic of Ireland 1, Northern Ireland 0. It was the skipper for the afternoon, Cameron Ledwidge, who got the goal, as Northern Ireland trudge off in search of a solution going into the second half here at Oriam in Edinburgh. And Kenny, over the piece, I know that Northern Ireland rallied towards the end of the half there, but Republic of Ireland a goal up and certainly worth their lead so far.
Very much so, deserved lead, and much like Sunday, there's 5 or 6 players you could easily look at this stage as early man of the match contenders for the Republic of Ireland. Very much in charge.
Let's take a look at that chance then right before the half-time whistle. The captain McInniff picks it up, looks up, curls it in right-footed, and it comes crashing back off the crossbar. Ledwidge making a bit of a mess of the clearance, and just the timing of that chance, Kenny, I wonder if that will galvanise Northern Ireland ever so slightly, because until that moment there they didn't have a great deal to shout about, but perhaps that's just given them a little boost going into the break.
It's maybe exactly what they needed, was just someone trying to let rip from range. Nice wee pockets of play, as I said, passes in and around the box, the odd miscued cross, but that's the first time we've seen someone really let fly for Northern Ireland. And
just seeing some chances here, Walsh going down for probably the first of about 5 heavy challenges he was in the receiving end of. The referee producing 3 yellow cards, I think certainly 2 of them for fouls on Walsh. Jack Conlon, Ethan Galbraith, Daniel Finlayson, all in the book inside the opening half here. That was the first talking to, actually. Conlon not going in the book for that one, but it was the next one who received the yellow card.
Yeah, you know Walsh is going to be sore tomorrow.
And indeed, you can see again, just plenty of play down the right-hand side, but some of it coming off, some of it not. And it's been a real feature of the Republic of Ireland's performance in that first half down the right-hand side. We talk about Walsh, how many times has he been on the ball, he's drawing fouls, he's getting crosses in, he's on the set pieces as well, and he really is at the heart of everything that Republic of Ireland are doing, Mark Walsh.
He is, and it doesn't really seem to matter that they're now doubling up on him. He always seems to find the space, he looks comfortable cutting inside or staying wide.
Have had the 1 goal, of course, this afternoon, and here it is, Brennan just standing it up. Goalkeeper came for it, collided with Finlayson, and there was the skipper Ledwidge. He just poked the ball in. You can see the delight on his face, Kenny. Great to see that. We know these boys are learning and developing, but this is competitive international football, and absolutely delighted with that. Kiss of the badge, and goes over to collect the congratulations from the dugout.
Yeah, it means so much to these boys and their family, and you can see the excitement that's been generated, even just going by the hashtag Victory Shield on Twitter. There's been a lot of feedback. A lot of people clearly very encouraged by what they've seen from both sides.
Yep, absolutely. If you want to get in touch with us and let us know what you think, hashtag Victory Shield on Twitter, and you can have your say on the first 40 minutes here. Sean Collins talking about Mark Walsh. He says he believes it's been an impressive performance as well. Talk about that chance at the end. Wonder if that crossbar is all right, but Clark should be getting to that. So, criticism for the goalkeeper, but a good effort nevertheless from McInniff. I think the crossbar is still shaking down to our left there, Kenny.
It's made of sturdy stuff here at Oriam.
Well, Cameron Ledwidge was the man with the goal, and he's getting a good bit of praise on Twitter using the hashtag Victory Shield. St Kevin's boys showing Ledwidge in action wearing their colours. Opening goal from Ireland comes from captain Cameron Ledwidge. And you can see he is getting a lot of the praise on the hashtag Victory Shield. And I tell you, we did say we've had some messages from Australia and Venezuela. Well, that's not the only place. Come on Ireland, watching all the way from Toronto. This one's a bit more familiar, Kenny. Come on, Republic of Ireland, watching from freezing Glasgow. There we are.
That's more like it. And I can assure you it's even colder in Edinburgh.
Australia, Toronto, Venezuela, and we've been brought crashing back down to earth with Glasgow. Not to say that's not a glamorous location, of course.
It's nice to see everyone tuning in.
Absolutely.
What else would you be doing at this time on a Tuesday?
You hope your boss isn't watching. You've hopefully got this up on the office computer. Because remember, we'll be broadcasting all of the games for live and catch-up. Of course, on the various Facebook pages, but at youtube.com as well. youtube.com/Scotland national team. Not only are we live, but the games are available for catch-up as well. You can see post-match interviews there as well, because we have a cracking week of footballing action lined up for you. We got off to a great start on Sunday. Remember, Scotland 2, Northern Ireland 0, Wales 0, Republic of Ireland 4. At half-time in this one, it's Republic of Ireland 1, Northern Ireland 0, and later this afternoon, Scotland up against Wales. We finish on Friday, Northern Ireland against Wales and Scotland against Republic of Ireland, to see who is going to be crowned champions of the 2016 Victory Shield. I suppose most of you will be fairly familiar with the format, but for those of you who don't know, Victory Shield has been going a very long time. Started way back in 1925. Scotland actually won it on that occasion and did take a little bit of a rest. Then it was revived in the 40s, mid-40s. And this year we are here at Scotland's new Performance Centre for Sport, Oriam. We're here at Heriot-Watt University. Some fantastic facilities on show, and the boys certainly enjoying it. If you're wondering where England are, then perhaps you missed the news that they decided to withdraw from the competition in 2015. They decided to take that action for the foreseeable future. They want a more varied opposition, but the teams who are here are putting on quite a show without them. And we've certainly enjoyed what we've witnessed so far. So, Kenny, if you're a fly in the wall in those dressing rooms, Northern Ireland, we'll start with them because they've certainly got the bigger half of football to face. I suppose in many ways it mirrors what we saw in the first game. They've competed well, they've had some good individual performances, but when it gets into that final third, nothing really other than that long-range shot at the end to get excited about.
It's a similar story. As you say, apart from that shot, we have no idea how good Ben Wilson is because he has had no opportunities today at all. For all the selfless running he's put in down the flanks, through the middle, trying to harass defenders and force mistakes, he's hardly had a chance. So, as you say, completely mirrors Sunday's performance against Scotland. All hustle, all bustle, just not enough. Maybe all graft and no craft so far.
And as for Republic of Ireland, they were outstanding. That 4-0 win against Wales on Sunday. They've shown a similar level this afternoon, albeit, you know, guys that really caught our eye on Sunday, like, you know, the striker Adam Ida, he got 2 goals, he's been left on the bench, so a real message from them that they've got some serious strength and depth as well.
Yeah, and it would take a lot to leave him out after his performance, but certainly a few questions to be asked of the coaching staff now. They've got a positive headache on the back of this. Even at this early stage, I just think that this Republic of Ireland Scotland game is shaping up to be a cracker. Although obviously we have to see how Wales bounce back this afternoon.
Yeah, it's perhaps a bit unfair in Scotland. We've seen more of Republic of Ireland than we have the hosts, but I think the general feeling around Oriam this afternoon is Republic of Ireland could be the side to beat in this tournament. Is that fair?
No, I think it's absolutely fair. As we talked about, just the sheer variety of options they've got in attack, real genuine pace on the wings, and added trickery today in the form of Walsh and strength through the middle. As we say, Adam Ida still to come on and terrorise.
Yeah, if you're looking at the substitution possibilities for Republic of Ireland, not only Adam Ida, but we saw on Sunday Callum Thompson blistering pace out in the wing, and you can just imagine how Northern Ireland will feel if they go 2 goals down and then see players like him coming on. It really could be a long afternoon if they can't get themselves back into this one. That
is the last thing you want to see is Thompson warming up. If Sunday was anything to go by, an absolute pocket rocket.
And I know we touched on it many occasions during our coverage so far, but I think it is worth another mention. The wide men in particular, for all 4 sides, are enjoying a good bit of space and freedom. The pitch here is magnificent, artificial surface, but it's a massive pitch. It was, you know, watered rather heavily before the game, so plenty of space in behind, and we're seeing wingers like Walsh making the most of it today. We saw Thompson the other day, and even, you know, for the likes of Wales, they were on the end of a 4-0 hammering, but guys like Jack Vale caught our eye. So I think it is a setup that very much favours the wide men if they can use the space that they have here.
Absolutely, and I think the difference in the cutting edge has come from those wide players being assisted by the people in the middle, and keep talking about them. Adam O'Reilly, I think, has been terrific so far for Republic of Ireland alongside Sean Brennan. Takes a lot to upstage Brennan, but O'Reilly maybe just shades it at this point. He has, as you pointed out, swept up every second ball. He's been tigerish, he's been tenacious, but he's also been tidy on the ball.
I wonder if it's going to be worth a change in approach from Northern Ireland, because you look at the number 11, Ben Wilson, he's been up front on his own the whole game. He's been very isolated, genuinely can only recall the ball going into his feet once, and on that occasion he gave it away. So is it worth getting other players closer to him, a change in system, or are they still going to be wary of Republic of Ireland's power going in the opposite direction?
It's difficult because over the course of the two games they've not been too far away, but as you said, Wilson's just had nothing to work with, so almost from a sympathetic point of view, you hope they'll get people closer to him and won't give up on him just yet, because I would like to see how he does with a bit more service.
It certainly is a lot to think about for the management in the dressing rooms at half time here at Oriam. And I think if Sunday's games are anything to go by, Kenny, you give the starting 11 the first 5-10 minutes of the second half, and then we tend to see a good number of changes, not only because the pitch is huge and players get tired, but because there's a lot of talented players here, and the management are trying to find out who can do what and give each player a real chance to show what they're capable of.
I think it's just as well these games are 40 minutes aside, because I think only naturally and understandably the boys are so excited to be taking part in the Victory Shield that there's a lot of energy expended in that first half, and you do see a bit of a lull early on in the second half, maybe boys running out of steam a wee bit. As I said, understandable at this age.
Yeah, remember, you can see post-match interviews on Scotland national team's Facebook page, and listening to the Scotland coach Brian McLaughlin after the game on Sunday, Kenny, his point was not only do the squads here have strength and depth, but he personally feels sorry for the guys who haven't even been brought along. He feels there are enough good players out there, certainly in the Scottish setup, who should be disappointed at being left at home, and I imagine he's not the only coach here who feels that way, so the guys who are here really have to try and grab the chance when they get it.
Yeah, I think Brian talked about having a rough pool of around 50 that he could have chosen from. And going by the Republic of Ireland's strength and depth, you'd think that applies across the four nations. And we talked about this on Sunday. The boys have to embrace this opportunity. It's a great stage for them. Games are being screened. Games are being screened live, and you don't know what's around the corner. It doesn't happen for every player, as much as it's been a platform for some of the bigger names. We talked about Raheem Sterling the other day. By the same token, this might be the highlight of some careers, so make the most of it over the week.
Remember, it's hashtag Victory Shield if you want to get in touch with us and let us know what you think. Sean Collins has done just that. He says get Adam Ida on. Adam Ida, the man we've already spoken about, Kenny. 2 goals on Sunday. Big, powerful, quick, and an absolute handful. Again, we mentioned the possibilities for Republic of Ireland off the bench. If you're a Northern Ireland centre-back or goalkeeper for that matter, you will not want to see Adam Ida coming off the bench.
Almost as impressive as his raw athleticism, which uses to great effect, is his decision making. It's not just that he's big, strong and quick, it's the way he uses his body and the way he genuinely terrorises defenders. He drags them about all across the back line. He's not afraid to take it in the air or to feet. No, he's another good all-rounder, and certainly the last person you want to see climb off the bench. Bam Bam, interesting name on Twitter, is also using the hashtag Victory Shield. And he says, I like this, I think this is one of these modern football phrases, Kenny. Cameron Ledwidge is different gravy. 100% agree with him as well. We've already spoken about him, showing that he's got a real versatility as well. Played left back ever so well on Sunday. He's playing centre back today. He's got the only goal of the game so far. Captain's armband on. He's aggressive, he's a leader, and it's no surprise that he's been catching the eye. I think you're spot on. At this age, it's not always the case that leadership qualities emerge that young, but you can tell the way he moves, the way he conducts himself, the way he's ordering and pulling people about, that he's a natural born leader. He certainly is, and a classy operator. Played, I think, all of the game on Sunday. He doesn't seem like one of these players that Republic of Ireland are going to bring off. Most of the guys on Sunday, we saw huge rotation in terms of squad, and most guys didn't finish the 80 minutes, but he's played every minute, I think, so far. And it's not hard to see why. Clearly a popular figure as well. We saw the celebrations. He's kissing the badge. He's running over to the dugout, and you can see what it means to them. Well, you talked about his stature and his controlled aggression. Do you want to be the one that tells him he's coming off or not playing? Luckily, that's not my problem. You can see both sets of substitutes just going about their business on the field here during the half-time break.
keeping sharp in case they're required to come on at any stage in the near future, as I suspect they will be. Aaron Gourley's on Twitter as well, hashtag Victory Shield, says come on Ireland, watching from Dublin, Ireland, just in case we were unclear which Dublin that was. Thanks for that, Aaron. There's certainly a lot of Irish fans out there as well. What about Northern Ireland fans? Let's hear from you on hashtag Victory Shield. What do your side need to do in the second 40 minutes here as the Republic come back out onto the field? And you can just see how fantastic this facility is, Kenny. Look at that shot, a big domed roof here at Oriam. I think spectators and players alike have been enjoying it so far this weekend.
It's just high enough that one of your wayward shots might not reach it.
I don't think I could reach even if I tried. Certainly is a massive pitch in every way.
Oh, great facility, great investment from the Scottish Football Association. Hopefully it pays off.
Here comes some of the impressive performers in the first half. Number 22 right in the middle of your screen. He's been an impressive performer so far, Sean Mahan. And just to the left of him, Kieran Brennan as well. There's been a number of impressive. There he is, the goal scorer, Ledwidge. Just gone out of your screen at the moment. McGuinness there, playing at centre back as well. So it doesn't look initially like there are going to be any changes so far for the Republic of Ireland. Only one goal in this one so far. Going into the second half, let's have a look at it. Brennan just curling it in. Goalkeeper and defender all at sea. And there's that man Ledwidge, 6 yards out, toe pokes the ball home. And we've praised Ledwidge for his defensive qualities, his athleticism. He's a bit of a poacher as well.
Yeah, considerable composure. I think a lot of centre backs, left backs would be in nosebleed territory there, but good 2 feet as well. Touch with his right, stroked in with his left.
And his teammates struggling to keep up with him there as he runs towards the goal to celebrate. Harry Clark in the Republic of Ireland goal. Hasn't had too much to do. And he'll be hoping for a similar situation in the second half, albeit he was scrambling ever so slightly towards the end of the first half, of course. Let's take a look at that. The only real chance for Northern Ireland. McAnuff with it, curling right foot shot. Just a couple of inches away from a spectacular opener there, it must be said. An opener as far as Northern Ireland are concerned. Yet to get their goal scoring account off and running here in this year's competition. Beaten 2-0 by Scotland on Sunday. And a goal down to the Republic of Ireland here this afternoon. But there is the skipper, McAnuff. Hamstrings loosened off before the second half gets underway.
And you hope that shot gives them a boost, because I do sympathise with Northern Ireland. They've put so much into both games and had little to shout about so far.
It certainly has been a difficult game and a half so far for Northern Ireland, but by no means out of things yet. Good performances in various positions, just have to make it come together a bit more as a team. And remember, as we enter the second 40 minutes, hashtag Victory Shield if you want to get us on Twitter. Carl Toner's got the right idea, procrastinating from doing my dissertation. Hopefully we're not putting you off too much, Carl.
I don't know if we can condone scribing, but that's what incognito windows are for, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, about to get us back underway is Callum Ferris on at the break for Northern Ireland. But it is Wright who has it initially, goes back inside. So a fair bit of pressure there. Foul, says the referee. Jack Scott, the man giving away the foul. Ledwidge into Brennan. Across he comes. Brennan gets it back, looking up, driving forward, left-footed pass in. Ball evades everyone in the end. And that man Brennan getting more praise. Jamie Hanley, come on Ireland, Sean Brennan's class. So there's a bit of a Sean Brennan and Cameron Ledwidge love in on Twitter if you want to get involved. Hashtag Victory Shield.
Don't disagree with that either.
Big half of football this for Northern Ireland to see if they can get something out of this competition, as the ball just about kept in play down the right hand side. The cross is too high in the end. It's going to be a free kick. A goal kick, should I say, to the Republic of Ireland. Kerry, I'm just wondering as well, when you talk about game plans and strategies, I wonder if Northern Ireland are going to make a conscious effort to really start this half quickly, try and get themselves in the front foot, and even just give themselves a bit of belief that they can get something from this game, because if it goes the way it did in the first half, eventually you would imagine this strong Republic side will get a stranglehold on things. Yeah,
there'll be a tactical element to it. Sometimes I think though game plans might to an extent have to go out the window. They're 40 minutes away from leaving this tournament with a few regrets. I wonder if the coaching staff have just said to them, "Look, leave it all on the pitch. Don't come home thinking you could have given any more."
Well, already you can see number 7 Callum Ferris has come on for Northern Ireland, and he does look to be playing quite high up the field, at least giving some reinforcements to Ben Wilson. So it looks like someone's been listening to our advice at half time. Not sure we can take credit for it yet.
Yep.
Ledwidge brings it down in the chest and thumps it long. Headed into feet. Mahan with the left-footed volley. Walsh is going to get there. A man who was heavily involved in the first half. There's Christopher Conn chasing him down, another man who's come on at the break for Northern Ireland. Ledwidge happy just to play this one across the back four though. McGuinness and McClelland haven't been bothered too often. McGuinness and Ledwidge, a fairly robust pairing as Ledwidge goes long again down the left hand side. We know this pitch is quick. It is just about going to be kept in. Galbraith does well though, sees the danger, goes one way and then the other. Just plays it out to the right back position, but miscontrol, a rare miscontrol it must be said from Jake Corbett. Usually works well in those tight situations. Throw in though. Kevin O'Reilly coming forward to take it for Republic of Ireland. Just taking his time, in no rush as you would expect. First time though out to right, is he offside? No. Oh, yes he is, bit of a late flag on the far side. Tyreek Wright thought he was in down the left. Short it comes then. Finlayson looking up the line. Pass cut out. I think if you're the Northern Ireland coaching staff, Kenny, that surely was one of the main messages in there at the break, that they must look after the football better, complete more of those passes, getting themselves in relatively good positions, but it's just breaking down.
Yep, and that was a feature in the first game as well. Don't like to be at all critical really at this level, this early stage of the development, but passing slightly scrappy.
Well, Ledwidge not dealing with that one too well, missed the initial volley, looked as if he had done well to hold off the man and then got himself in a bit of trouble, and he's given away a corner here. As you can see, Ledwidge more than strong enough to hold the Wilson off, but then runs the ball out of play. A bit of a chance for Northern Ireland to try and make something happen. It's the captain, McInnes, with the ball. He's going to try and curl this one in. He curled one off the bar in the first half, remember. Let's see what he's got from the corner. Just a bit of jostling on the edge of the 18-yard box. But here he comes, right-footed. Outswinger, easily cleared though. Bounces down to Galbraith. Back out to McInnes. Oh, what a piece of skill that is, Kenny. Can he get a crossing position? Yes, has to settle for another corner. What a piece of footwork that was though. Bit of showboating on the right-hand side from McInnes.
More than anyone else, he looks like.
Hopefully we can see that one again. It's one of those you need a second look. Look at that. Drags it behind and tries to go through the legs. Wins himself a corner, and the danger's not quite clear here, still bouncing around inside the penalty box. Eventually thumped long. Galbraith's not going to get there, and there's a real chance. But that's good goalkeeping, it must be said. Look at that, how quick off his line was Paul McLaughlin that time. The old sweeper keeper. Certainly has become a bit of a phrase that we're all obsessed with in the last couple of years, but did ever so well there, did McLaughlin. Read the danger. Here's Corbett. Right, closes him down. Galbraith can't get anything on it.
You're right, nice bit of skill from McInnes, and that piece of skill apart, he looks more likely than anyone to drag Northern Ireland back into it.
I can't believe it, Kenny. Even more praise on Twitter. You've obviously given this man money. Two commentators of the game are so professional, and no break for them at half time either. Keep it up, boys. Hashtag Victory Shield. Brian, you are a man of great taste.
Absolutely, your check's in the post.
Hashtag Victory Shield if you want to have your say. An interesting game so far. Here comes Tyreek Wright just closing the ball down. Corbett does well though, just sees it out for a throw in, taking absolutely no chances whatsoever. You can see the Republic of Ireland staff in front of us just telling the team, Kenny, just to keep pressing, keep trying to apply some pressure. There goes Brennan, curls it in. Oh, it might just fall for Walsh in the end. Wasn't lucky enough to get the bounce of the ball. McInnes there. Looks an accomplished performer as well, does the Northern Ireland skipper. Always interesting to see how happy these youngsters are at taking the ball under pressure. McAniff, no stranger to that, as you can see again, turning one way then the other. Back to the goalkeeper.
It's going to be a tiring shift for Northern Ireland. The way that Brennan and the way that O'Reilly keep the ball in the middle of the park. They have to do a lot of chasing. Have to bide their time and not get too frustrated.
Here's Galbraith though, hoping to make something happen. Goes long with the right boot. He does indeed find Corbett, brings it down in the chest. Good strength though from Tyreek Wright. Just barges Corbett over. Fairly though, says the referee. Galbraith has it.
Galbraith, another one that there's been a fair bit of talk about here at Oriam, and he's gradually becoming more of an influence in that midfield, taking responsibility.
Corbett trying to burst past Wright, but Wright's a powerful character. Down goes O'Reilly, and the free kick, says referee Peter Stewart.
That was some canny play there at the back from Kevin O'Reilly.
Yeah, just drew the foul
beyond his years.
Clearly saw that one coming. No problem with that whatsoever. The yellow boots of Ledwidge going to get this one long. Makes a bit of a mess of that one, it must be said. In it comes, he's got a chance to redeem himself. Boots the ball high into the stand. A bit too close to us for comfort, that one, Kenny. I was just waiting on you trapping that one in your chest.
You wouldn't expect anything less.
Northern Ireland just struggling to wriggle into some space here and make this throw-in count. And indeed, Ledwidge is able to just pick up the pieces, plays it along the back line. McGuinness it is this time, striding forward. He's got a long stride, certainly. Gets it back from Walsh. Oh, and a lovely nutmeg as well. How's that? 2 in a row from the centre back. He's now in fairly uncomfortable territory. He's going to have to make his way back. Out to the far side. Across it comes. No real pressure though from Northern Ireland. That allows Brennan to pick up. Escapes Galbraith twice. Onto the right foot, tries to play it through. Walsh is onto it, but looks as if he's going to struggle to get there. Good goalkeeping again. Well, the kick is a bit loose. And he's going to go from it from distance. Gets it just wrong in the end, but decent enough vision that time from Kieran Brennan. He saw the keeper was off his line, tried his luck. Nah, wasn't a million miles away.
Yeah, quick thinking. Nice idea from Brennan. Walsh showing again he's no slouch to go with his tricky feet.
McAniff playing it into Galbraith. Galbraith just skipping away from the challenge.
Happy to take responsibility. Galbraith has a lot to like about him.
Brennan closing down. There's the half-time substitute, Callum Ferris. Ledwidge is able to pick that one up though, finds Brennan. Skips away from 2 challenges. And it goes right-footed to Walsh. Walsh tries to turn, loses out in the end though. Nothing wrong with that, says the referee, and a real chance now for Northern Ireland to break. They can find the ball over the top, and indeed they do. Wilson's in. But yet again, the ball just skidding up off the surface through to the goalkeeper. But better that from Northern Ireland.
It was maybe one thump too far for Walsh, who's
Republic of Ireland just putting the ball out there to allow Walsh to receive some treatment. Certainly was nothing wrong with the tackle. I think just a bit more of a collision. He certainly has been in the wars though.
I think to his credit, he's bounced back up from every
As
other
you can
tackle.
see, Republic of Ireland going for goal from distance there. An ambitious effort to say the least. I think we're going to see some substitutions from both sides during this lull in play as Mark Walsh just gets the ice pack on the knee there.
And it's the last thing you want to see from a Northern Ireland perspective. It looks like Callum Thompson and Adam Ida preparing to come on.
Yeah, 2 very impressive performers on Sunday. I'm sure they'll be looking to pick up where they left off. I think we're going to see a change first and foremost for Northern Ireland. Looks as if Ben Wilson is the man coming off. We did suggest, Kenny, that it's been a very difficult shift for him. He's had a lot of running to do. Off he comes, and he's going to be replaced by number 9, who's Connor Farrelly. So, looks like Ben Wilson's run his race.
I feel for Wilson. He couldn't really have done any more.
Well, number 9 Farrelly, up to him now to see if he can have any more joy in an attacking sense as Northern Ireland look to work their way back into this game. And Kenny, a fairly lengthy treatment this for young Mark Walsh. He's been an impressive performer. Would be a shame to see him limp off, but I think his action might just be done for the day.
Barry Coffey as well. Looks like 3 players coming on for Republic of Ireland.
every one of them particularly impressive on Sunday. So
yeah, I don't think this is going to weaken the team at all. If anything, with their talent, with their fresh legs at this stage, perhaps doesn't bode well for Northern Ireland.
Just getting some final instructions down in front of us is Mark Walsh, still getting that right knee seen to by the medical staff of Republic of Ireland. There you are, St Kevin's boys have been in touch again, hashtag Victory Shield. They are wanting some credit, and rightly so, talking about Ledwidge and Sullivan and Clark all playing for St Kevin's boys, so well done to them. Let's take a look at the only goal of the game so far. Really, Northern Ireland will be so disappointed with that defensive organisation. Keeper obviously came, defender didn't hear the shout, and Ledwidge put it in. Okay, triple substitution, 8, 9 and 11 all on. That means Barry Coffey's entering the field, as is Adam Ida, as is Callum Thompson. So, Callum Thompson, full of running on Sunday. Adam Ida got 2 goals as well, and Barry Coffey operated the midfield very well. So, 3 big changes for the Republic of Ireland.
It's a shame to see Walsh leave the play. I think it's fair to say the two of us have enjoyed watching him this afternoon. Needs to see a bit of a throwback winger, someone who's prepared to take the ball and take people on, but certainly no way weakened by these 3 changes.
Yeah, Mark Walsh off then. That injury just too much from Kieran Brennan, who's been impressive, off as well. 3 changes in total there for the Republic of Ireland. And there's Conor Farrelly trying to get involved. He's just off the bench for Northern Ireland, but Tyreek Wright well closed down. Excellent tackle that from Jake Corbett. Had to get that one right, and he could well have found himself in the referee's book.
You can see already different questions being asked of that Northern Ireland backline with Adam Ida. Look at his movement.
Throw in goes long down the line up towards Ida.
Definite focal point.
He gets his head on it, but it's going to drop for McInniff in the midfield.
O'Reilly there yet again just to sweep up.
Yeah, Coffey tries to go over the top, doesn't get there in the end, but it's well picked up down the right hand side. Sullivan's had a good game at right back as well, and there goes that pace of Thompson, a real feature of the game on Sunday, and he's instantly at it into Brennan inside the box, fires it right footed just wide of the goal. Goalkeeper didn't get a touch on it, out for a goal kick, but already he's just on the field, and you can just see what the pace of Callum Thompson does down the right hand side.
And he is lightning. There is no catching him in full flight.
He really is. That man Brennan, number 10, trying to get his goal scoring campaign off and running. But it's not just Republic of Ireland who are attracting some attention on Twitter. Hashtag Victory Shield. Daryl McMonagle says McInniff for Northern Ireland looks a serious prospect. He's got a bit of defending to do here as Coffey goes through, and he gets there first, and it ends up in the back of the net. He's only been on for 2 minutes. Barry Coffey, great determination from him, and he manages to stab the ball past the goalkeeper into the back of the net and makes it Republic of Ireland 2, Northern Ireland 0.
Instant impression from Coffey. We gave him the big build up and he delivered.
As you can see, he actually starts to move off. Look at this, number 8 bursting through the midfield, riding a couple of challenges. No one can stop him. A real bulldozing run, and in the end, great determination, slips the ball through and finds the back of the net. Kenny, we've spoken a lot about some of the great technical ability in show, but sometimes there's just no substitution for sheer grit and determination.
Yeah, listen, the desire has been evident from the Republic of Ireland team as much as their ability. I think he took out 4 opposition players there on that determined run. So he's earned it.
So Republic of Ireland, after 55 minutes, go 2 goals to 0 up against Northern Ireland. And Kenny, it certainly looks like, on what we've seen so far, a long way back for the Northern Irish.
It's difficult for them now because clearly they need at least 2 goals, and they've not really looked like scoring one, apart from McInniff's effort off the bar.
Bit of a chance here though, good pass from McInniff. And here they come, curling effort. Oh, just wide of the post, that one in the end. Not a bad effort whatsoever. Callum Ferris was the man on at the break. He's trying to make something happen. Just cut onto his right foot. Tried to start the effort outside the post and curl it into the far post, but just couldn't get it to come back enough.
I know it's only game 3 of the competition. Scotland started well, and you've got to think that Wales have got more about them than they proved in the first. They showed in the first game, but this Republic of Ireland team are going to take some stopping.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? And 3 substitutions there, arguably made the team even stronger. Ledwidge just able to knock the ball across at the back now. Republic of Ireland in absolutely no hurry after going 2 goals up. Just around 24 minutes or so. And St Kevin's boys are on Twitter again. They're getting in touch. #VictoryShield. They've sent us a message in Irish, which they will be delighted to know we are not going to even attempt to say.
Go for it, Gordon.
I wouldn't want to offend anyone with my pathetic attempt, so I think it says thank you. There you are, thank you in Irish. They've even translated it for us. They know how limited we are. As Wright looks for it down the line, it's cut out. Referee brings it back though. Felt there was just a late nibble that time on Adam O'Reilly. Another one perhaps who's flown under the radar a bit. O'Reilly really has won everything in the middle of the field for Ireland this afternoon. It goes short to Brennan. Brennan just plays it to Wright out on this left-hand side. Brennan and Galbraith, two of the midfield dynamos on show this afternoon.
Fair play to Galbraith again. His team's 2-0 down. He's not had much joy, but cannot accuse him of hiding.
Here's the captain, McInnes. Just about manages to thread it through, but cut out eventually. He's got it back though.
Galbraith and McInnes have certainly done themselves no harm today.
I don't think that's a problem at all for Northern Ireland, is it? They've got two comfortable central players, Kenny, both of which happy to drop deep, both of which to pick up the ball, but it's in front of that they've really struggled to make something happen.
Yeah, because even at right back, Jake Corbett's looked accomplished. Sam McClelland at centre back has a lot going for him, but it's just in that final third. Just that creative spark or precision in the final third.
Well, they've got around 22 minutes or so to try and make something happen. Again, Kenny, we talk about the tournament format. If it's not going to be to get something out of this game, even just to raise the performance level, raise the confidence level, because they've still got another game to play on Friday, and they won't want to lose all three.
No, you don't want to go out with a whimper. It's too big a competition. Just to leave with regrets.
Tyreek Wright cuts that one out, and he's instantly on the overlap, but Brennan's going to go the other side, tries to play it in behind. Thompson is quick, but he's not that quick. Sean Collins, this is certainly some high praise indeed. He's on Twitter, #VictoryShield. He says, what a goal, Barry Coffey. A true Maradona-like goal. Nothing like building these boys up, putting a bit of pressure on them, eh?
Nice use of the flames emoji as well. Big fan.
You're happy with that, aren't you? You and your modern social media speak, you're no stranger to that.
Big fan of the flames emoji.
Oh, McInnes just lets it go across his body. He's going to get it at the second time of asking, just right on the centre spot. And again, has seen plenty of the ball. But yet again, it just breaks down. Back to Galbraith, just dinks it over the top. Corbett might get there. Indeed he does. He's going to swing a right boot at it and actually gets a bit of good fortune because he didn't get very much on the cross, but it came off right. And it's going to go out for a corner. Good to see all these players, boys clubs getting represented. East End United are in touch as well. As well done to our player Kieran Brennan, great display, keeping it country. And Jamie as well, Ethan Galbraith is very good in that midfield for Northern Ireland. We don't disagree, Jamie, but unfortunately he's trailing at the moment as the ball comes in. It's going to go to Thompson. Galbraith will not want to get involved in a foot race here because Thompson is an absolute flying machine. Look at this down the right hand side. In the end he does overrun it. Well covered by Ethan Warnock, but must be said, Kenny, that turn of pace from Thompson really is quite something.
And he must love this pitch. He's plenty of room to stretch those legs.
Oh, and down he goes.
That's one way of stopping him.
Galbraith didn't fancy chasing him again, and Galbraith just has to be careful. Already picked up a yellow card in the first half as he slides in. You see Thompson again, happy to get out his feet, drive across the field, chopped down. The referee's in a great position, and I don't think too many complaints about that decision.
Absolutely not. It's getting to that point in the game where, as you say, Galbraith maybe just didn't fancy trying to keep up with him.
Don't blame him. Couple of options here. Tyreek Wright's over it, as is Ledwidge. We saw Ledwidge on the majority of the set pieces back in Sunday. He's just going to float this one in, just dinks it, and there's Adam. He just missed it, Kenny.
Wasn't far off.
Got himself into a good position. He stuck out a right leg, but just couldn't quite get anything on it.
Good vision from Ledwidge just to ping that through to him.
Not going to be a free kick. Referee's got the whistle in his mouth and pulls it back. He felt Tyreek Wright was just a little bit too robust in the challenge there. Jake Corbett man on the receiving end. Galbraith takes it quickly. You can see these Northern Ireland players, credit to them.
Well read.
They're not whimpering, they want to get back involved, but Thompson has it, and he just loves driving forward. You know what he's going to do, but that doesn't mean you can stop him. Albeit they did manage it on this occasion. Coffey into the feet of Brennan. You can see what he was trying there, it was cut out, but they've got away with it. Ida coming across, trying to make a nuisance of himself. Coffey, the goal scorer again, twisting inside, and he's got a bit of a chance on here. Tyreek Wright fires it across goal, deflected and out for a corner. And what an impression Barry Coffey's made to this midfield, Kenny. 2 minutes on the field, he scores a goal, and yet again driving forward. Northern Ireland not really sure how to stop him.
And an unselfish through ball, he could easily have gone himself.
You see it again, very similar to the goal. He picks up the second ball, fakes the goal one way, comes onto the left boot, decides to slip it in, and in the end it's an important touch because Wright hit it with some amount of force. Brennan this time with the cross, curling to the back post, and it's headed down. That man Coffey again really is involved in everything.
Great
a relatively easy take for Paul McLaughlin. A good header nevertheless, and header again at the other end this time. Back and forward it goes.
Yeah, we've not really mentioned Ray Sullivan much at the back for the Republic of Ireland, but I think he's read the game really well from start to finish. It's a few times he's stepped up.
Here's the target man, Ida driving forward, loses out though. McAniff has it. Ida slides in trying to win it back. The referee had a look there, he thought about bringing it back, but in the end doesn't bother. Jack Kearney says, what is the table looking like? It's a bit early stages, Jack. Republic of Ireland well on their way to 2 wins out of 2, so they would indeed go top of the table. But Scotland could perhaps join them later on when they take on Wales. As for Northern Ireland, looks like they're heading for their second consecutive defeat. And Dabby on Twitter is a lot more direct. He just says, can I have a shout out please? Sorry Dabby, we don't do shout outs.
Or requests.
Even though you've just had one. But that's fine. Northern Ireland still plugging away, but just yet again a real feature of their play. It tends to break down once they get in the final third. And Callum Thompson is an absolute speed merchant. But perhaps, like we see, Kenny, with these types of players, you don't want to discourage it, but every now and then perhaps an acceptance that they will overrun it, they will take it one touch too many.
You just know he was that annoying kid in primary school. You only ever saw the back of his feet. Couldn't get near him.
Oh, that's a lovely flick inside. It's not quite going to reach its intended recipient though. Accomplished defending yet again from the boys in green. There's Galbraith, nice turn from him, down he goes. And you can see just trying to drive across, make something happen. The defender really just the wrong side to try and make the free kick. Christopher Conn it was, the substitute. Again trying to make an impression, trying to prove that he's worth a place from the start on Friday when the sides go again.
I don't think there's any doubt that he'll start the game, but who do you leave out? Good problem to have.
Free kick then to Northern Ireland, 35 yards from goal. Galbraith and McAniff, the two outstanding performers perhaps in this Northern Ireland side, albeit I've had a difficult afternoon. And it is Galbraith who takes it, lays it back, dinked in. Header from Farley, doesn't quite make it, and volleyed goal was good save in the end. It was Galbraith just arriving, took it first time in the right boot. And all credit to goalkeeper Harry Clark, he got down very well and managed to just parry the ball away to safety. Good effort though for Northern Ireland, Kenny. We've not seen a great deal of them going forward, and Galbraith showing good technique to just take it first time.
Just going to say, no one could have begrudged Galbraith that if that had gone in.
And here he is again, he's clearly confident, goes from range, and again, and this time fired over the bar on the rebound. Again it was Galbraith taking it on, again it was Clark that was equal to it. And these two are starting a bit of a duel of their own here.
Yeah, I think Galbraith would have deserved that. The first I thought was a really difficult shot to take, and this second that we're having a look at now, again did well to keep it down.
And in the end it was just Callum Ferris arriving on the stretch, never an easy technique to master, and the ball ends up over the bar. So Harry Clark earning I was going to say his match fee, not quite the way it works, but he's done well when he's been called into action. Not been too many occasions, but 2 smart saves there late on in this one.
That says a lot for his concentration levels as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Barely been involved, but alert to act.
McAneff and Galbraith just working it across. McClelland has it. Slipped forward to McAneff once more. Back onto the right foot. Nice touch from him. Drives inside. Tries to dink it over the top. All the way through to the goalkeeper. And on many occasions, Kenny, we've seen the midfield players for Northern Ireland in many ways do the hard bit and then just unable to pick a pass.
Yeah, and I think you could maybe point to the amount of running that they're having to do, the amount of chasing. Maybe just that mental fatigue as much as anything else when it comes to picking the final pass.
Galbraith again, sliding challenge from him. He certainly likes to mix it in the midfield, does the Northern Ireland man.
Listen, for all the impressive performers in that Republic of Ireland shirt, and there's been no shortage, Galbraith is right up there for Northern Ireland. He has put everything into this.
Out towards Thompson. It's not going to get there though. Easily cut out in the end. Ooh, crunching tackle that one. The referee doesn't like that at all. And I wonder if Adam O'Reilly's going to get a card here. He's certainly going to get a talking to. And you can see he's always second best to win it. O'Reilly just comes smashing in. He ends up walking away with the ball, but that's not always enough.
He wasn't far off there, O'Reilly. Again, like we're saying about Galbraith, good to see his intensity hasn't dipped, even at this late stage.
Christopher Conn not too bothered, picks himself up. And he goes again down the left-hand side. Has he won himself a corner? Indeed he has. Northern Ireland, I can tell you, are just thinking about some more substitutions down in front of us, but I think they might wait for this corner to get taken first. Across it goes, Captain McAneff again with it. Just having a look up, assessing his options. He thinks about taking it early. Thinks better of it. Here he comes, right-footed in swinger. It's a decent ball. Ledwidge, who else there to clear it away? Edge of the box, just trying to keep it alive. O'Reilly just closing down here, just trying to get a foot in, even win the ball for a throw in if he has to. There's the second goal scorer, Coffey, with it. A bit scrappy down in this corner. Brennan just snapping at the heels. And it looks like Ledwidge has taken a bit of a sore one. That will be a concern for the Republic of Ireland. As goalkeeper Harry Clark rushes out and collects. He's in no hurry either. He's thinking about putting it out.
I think one positive that Northern Ireland can take is for all the build-up we gave him, Adam Ida has been quite quiet. He
hasn't really managed to get involved.
Well marshalled at the back by Sam McClelland.
So the goalkeeper just waiting. A bit of a lull in play because Cameron Ledwidge has gone down. He looks in a fair bit of pain. He's back on his feet now though. Now that would be a huge concern for the Republic of Ireland. A few substitutions though. Off come Galbraith and Scott. Off come O'Brien and McLaughlin. Here we are, we're going to take a look at that second goal. Barry Coffey, he's just on, driving run. Just Galbraith tries to close him down, but just sheer determination. A wonderful finish. And you can see what it means to him. These youngsters really enjoying it, Kenny, and that's what we like to see as well.
That looks like a pre-planned celebration as well. Clearly a lot of work going into that.
I wonder if this is the end of the action for Cameron Ledwidge.
Doesn't want to come off.
He's been very impressive, wearing the captain's armband. He got the opening goal here, of course. Was excellent on Sunday, excellent again today. Moved from left back to centre back and has, of course, had a couple of misplaced clearances, but I think we can forgive him that.
Looks like Conor O'Reilly's going to come on in his place. Listen, no harm with 9 minutes to go. Save those legs for the last game.
Absolutely. I'm going to see a substitution, I think. The ref just waiting. As you can see, the number 12 on your screen. Conor O'Reilly is the man coming on. Ledwidge is off. I'm going to see a double substitution because, in fact, Ray O'Sullivan's the man coming off, so maybe Ledwidge is going to try and soldier on. So it's Ray O'Sullivan off, number 19. Here he comes. And he's going to be replaced by number 12, who's Conor O'Reilly. Ledwidge fancies it, Kenny. Ledwidge is staying on. Fair play to him. He's just waiting at the sideline to be reintroduced by the referee. Up it goes then, Adam Ida, beaten to it. Haven't seen too much of him. Really are well inside the final 10 minutes here. Still time though if you've to have your say. Hashtag Victory Shield on Twitter. At Scottish FA is the Scotland national team Twitter feed.
Ledwidge had no intention of coming off there at all, did he? You get the feeling he would play on one
Clearly
leg.
a very, very determined character. It's shone through at various times over today and the previous game. Loose pass that time. In it comes to the middle of that park, which has been a real fascinating battle. Adam Ida gets it, turns, plays it right-footed. Coffey, late run from midfield, he's well onside. Has to turn out though, no real options for him. He's down by the corner flag. Just tries to float it in, a bit too much on it. Brennan might get there.
A lovely through ball from Ida with the outside of his right foot.
Out it comes though. O'Reilly to Brennan. The right back's on if he wants it. It goes one way then the other, and unfortunately loses out on this occasion. Wins it back though. Real tenacious play that from Brennan. There's Warnock. Brennan, down he goes. Crunching challenge that time. Connor Farrelly and Sean Brennan both going at it. You can see Farrelly comes. Brennan just throws the shoulder in, draws the foul. And that means Farrelly's going to get a little bit of a talking to from the referee, but
Sean Brennan more than equal to it. He can handle himself.
yep, certainly likes to mix it despite his relatively small frame, number 10.
Uses his body well to shield it at all times. It's hard to get near the ball.
And he stands over this free kick then, nothing really on short. He thinks about playing it early to Tyreek Wright. Decides to go down the line, but Coffey's just not in the same wavelength. And you can see Brennan's fairly frustrated. Options on for Northern Ireland to take this one short. Out it comes. No real options though. Once it gets to Finlayson, he has to go down the line. It's ambitious, it doesn't find a man. And the game just becoming a little bit scrappy in the closing stages. Good determination there, but it's a good run in the end. Down goes Caelan McLaughlin. Another one of the substitutes on, trying to make a late impression. And he's won inside a free kick. Just inside shooting range, you would imagine. We saw McInniff smash the crossbar from open play in the first half. I wonder if he fancies his chances from here.
I just like from both teams there's been no let up in the intensity. Northern Ireland desperate to have something to show for their efforts, and the Republic clearly keen to guard that clean sheet.
Referee just marking out the 10 yards, telling the wall where they need to be. They don't seem to be paying him too much attention, it must be said. There we are, doing what they're told now. Across it comes, the magic spray. And there are a couple of players over this ball. Lee O'Brien, the substitute, as well, is over it. Depends if they want to go left foot of O'Brien or the right foot of McInniff. And here comes the captain, right-footed, curls it round. Good diving save in the end by Harry Clark. I wonder if it was perhaps wide of the post anyway, Kenny, but Clark just making sure.
I think it was creeping wide, but no harm done from Clark.
You can see McInniff curling it outside the wall. Yeah, I think Clark clearly just taking no chances in that one, but the corner already. Chance for Northern Ireland, well defended in the end. And it really doesn't look as if Northern Ireland are going to find the breakthrough at all this afternoon.
Has to be said, Harry Clark's done everything with minimum fuss. He's been a composed figure at the back. Safe pair of hands, just as Cian Clark was in the first game.
He's going to get us underway again with a kick out to this near side. High into the stands. It goes the way of the Republic of Ireland. Kevin O'Reilly with it into the feet of Idai. Lets it bounce through his legs. Well, I say lets it. Inadvertently it bounces through his legs. There's Brennan. Loses out. Not seen that too often from him. And ball just wasted again. This time Christopher Conn. You can see what he's thinking. Just trying to play it in behind, but you really need your teammates to be on the same wavelength to pull that off. Still plenty of chasing from Northern Ireland late in the game. They do win it back. Ferris, the half-time substitute, holding off Brennan. Great right-footed cross, and it is going to find its target at the back post. Loose control at the back though from Connor Farrelly, and Kenny, that wasn't too far away.
That's a big chance. Just maybe an awkward height for Farrelly, but his first touch could maybe have been a bit sharper. But again, no invitation needed for Harry Clark to come out and sweep up the loose ball.
I'm sure you know by now, but if you've just tuned in for some reason, where have you been? But second and foremost, hashtag Victory Shield. If you want to get in touch with us, Stephen McMorrow says the future looks bright for the Republic of Ireland, and I don't think I could possibly disagree with that. Certainly not in today's showing anyway. They do lose it on this occasion though. Ball slipped down the line. Ledwidge coming across to clear the danger, showing no signs of that earlier injury. Seems to have run it off.
Getting to that time where we have to pick a man of the match again, isn't it?
Well, when you say we, I think you mean you.
By the end of the week, you're going to stop passing the buck, and you're going to. We're meant to be a team here.
Absolutely not. It is very much in your head. Good luck picking another man of the match. A fair few standout performers in green, it has to be said. Out it comes to the Northern Ireland right side though. Just twisting and turning, Jake Corbett, but can't keep it in. And loses out.
A couple of candidates in white as well. I also think that Ethan Galbraith has really tried his best to lead from the heart of the pitch in midfield for Northern Ireland. He's won his personal battles.
Another free kick, just the pace dropping out of the game ever so slightly. Sean Brennan there in the middle of the field.
I think the man who just edges it for me, and I really am torn on this one, but from start to finish I think Adam O'Reilly has been terrific in the centre midfield for the Republic of Ireland.
There we are. Kenny has made the decision. And for him it's Adam O'Reilly of the Republic of Ireland.
But I have to say, Sean Brennan is not far off again.
Adam O'Reilly, number 15 then, Kenny's man of the match. I'm not sure we'll have too many complaints, but why not let us know what you think if you want to use the hashtag Victory Shield.
Maybe don't let us know if you'd like to complain. I feel guilty enough choosing one.
Adam O'Reilly is just in the centre circle at the moment, as you can see, the number 15. Just making his way across to reinforce the play as he has done all afternoon.
I just think everything the Republic of Ireland do is based around, well today anyway, O'Brien and Brennan, O'Reilly and Brennan in the middle of the park. Gives them a great base to work from.
He certainly has been full of energy. He's won so many tackles, picked up a number of second balls.
I think that's been one of the key factors today. Every time Northern Ireland have looked to break, the two boys in the centre midfield have been onto them like a rash.
Fourth official has indicated there's going to be a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. We have had a couple of injuries, Ledwidge and Walsh, both had lengthy periods of treatment, so 4 minutes still to go. Perhaps a chance for a consolation for Northern Ireland, and here they come. Farrelly driving forward, thinks about the shot, just keeps going. The number 9 onto his right foot, cross comes in, there at the back post, low and hard, but in the end cleared, and they had good numbers forward there, Northern Ireland. But it really has been the story of their tournament so far, just haven't managed to make their possession count.
But there's that winning mentality again from Republic of Ireland. Mark McGuinness chasing down the shot. Brave block.
And I just wonder if Farrelly could have picked a pass. He was driving forward, did ever so well, but certainly had a couple of options either side. Here they come again then, floated in behind. Certainly an ask for Corbett to get there, makes a great attempt at it, manages to flash the ball across. As we edge towards the end of the first minute of an additional 4. Corner kick though, Northern Ireland. They're not giving up. They certainly want to try and squeeze something out of this game as it goes short. Cross comes in, the keeper comes and misses it. And they do get their goal back. There's a bit of a scramble in the box here to try and get it back. A wonderful header in the end, it must be said. I think it was the substitute, Caelan O'Loughlin, who got up the highest. Farrelly's in there as well. As you can see, take the ball short, it's just dinked in. The keeper comes and misses. And it was indeed McLaughlin who took advantage. He was there behind the goalkeeper, nods the ball in. Kenny, with 2.5 minutes left, I wonder if we've got a bit of a game in our hands.
Well, I don't think the scoreline's a true reflection in the game, but it is testament to the way that Northern Ireland have tried to dig in, kept themselves in contention. They definitely deserve a goal to show for their efforts.
We talk about trying to get something out of the game. They might even get a point if they can try and press forward again. And we've been praising the Republic of Ireland goalkeeper Harry Clark, and we don't want to be too critical, but must be said on the evidence of that goal, he certainly got that one wrong.
Yep, certainly a bit slack to come for it and not get it. You'll be disappointed with that coming so late in the game. It's the kind of split-second decision, you know, will maybe haunt him for the rest of the day. Needs to shake it off.
There is the goal scorer McLaughlin, he just flicks it back, but Republic of Ireland back in the break. Chance for them to put the game to bed. There's your man of the match, skipping through the middle. There's Ida, crunching challenge from McClelland, well won. Ida wins it back though. Must be said, perhaps a frustrating outing for Ida. Kenny, plenty of attacking threat in the opening game. He got his 2 goals, but since he came on this afternoon, he's really just been picking up the scraps.
I've got a feeling we'll see a bit more of him on Friday against Scotland. He does give them a focal point.
Remains a handful, regardless of what's happened here today. That ball goes down the line. Going to be a bit of an effort to keep it in, but Farrelly does well. He's got a throw in, and you can see Northern Ireland have got their tails up here. They fancy this. In it comes. Ledwidge is there. Just bounces off his shoulder. And I tell you, he's getting a bit of sympathy from the referee there. Oh, handshakes and cuddles aplenty.
I think Callum Ferris thought about going toe-to-toe with Ledwidge there. Maybe he thought better of it.
Ledwidge seemed happy enough to calm things down. Fair play to him.
He's a gentle giant.
As you can imagine, Harry Clark in absolutely no rush. Just 20 seconds or so remaining, so it certainly looks like the game is in the bag now. A late scare for the Republic of Ireland, but I think they might just have seen this one out. Perhaps Northern Ireland need to just get the ball up the field if they can. It's got to go long, and it does. Who's going to win it? Not a white shirt though. Here comes Thompson. Easy to take the pressure off with his pace. The cheers from the Republic of Ireland fans go up as the full-time whistle goes. Has finished Republic of Ireland 2, Northern Ireland 1. A really, really good game we've had in our hands here this afternoon. It was the captain, Cameron Ledwidge, who got his side in front early on. And then Barry Coffey looked to have put the game out of reach for Republic of Ireland, but a bit of a late scare. Caolan McLaughlin taking advantage of a goalkeeping mix-up, headering the ball home to give Northern Ireland some hope. But in the end, it is the boys in green who hold on. Republic of Ireland 2, Northern Ireland 1, Kenny. And certainly no complaints about the outcome.
Absolutely not. We said on first evidence that we thought the Republic of Ireland had maybe shaded it, and that's potentially the strongest team in the competition, and they backed that up today. Didn't matter that they rung the changes. The same influential performers. They certainly look the part. Options all over the park.
Yeah, absolutely. So 3 goals to be had here. Let's take a look at them. Here was the first. Brennan, the architect. The goalkeeper didn't really get there. In the end, it was Ledwidge, the man playing centre back today, wearing the captain's armband, but managed to poke it home. That was the goal which put the Republic of Ireland a goal to the good. And here was the second. This was the one we thought had wrapped it up. Coffey was just off the bench at this. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. No one can get near him. And in the end, he shows great determination, slides the ball into the back of the net. You can see head and hands from Northern Ireland at that stage. It really looked as if they were dead and buried, but credit to them. The boys in white today really did keep going. They kept going right till the end. And as we entered 4 minutes of stoppage time, they managed to get themselves a glimmer of hope. It was a short corner, floated in at the back post. Goalkeeper Clark came and missed it. And I'm not sure how much he knew about it, but in the end the header really was just nothing but a consolation from McLaughlin. Did manage to find the back of the net, and credit to him, but they couldn't make it count, couldn't get themselves properly back into the game. And in the end it did finish 2-1. Kenny, just before we finish up, final thoughts from you then on the basis of what you've seen. We've not seen Scotland again, but Republic of Ireland the team to beat.
Certainly, they'll take some stopping. I think two decent goalkeepers, a very, very strong defence who can play a bit. They've got options, 2 very tidy players in the middle. pace on the wide areas. And up front, that man Adam Ida, I'd expect to start again on Friday. So very much the team that set the benchmark.
So plenty of more action still to come. What a game that was. It finished Republic of Ireland 2, Northern Ireland 1. We'll allow you a short break, but don't go too far, because we will be back in just a short while with Scotland against Wales in the 2016 Victory Shield here at Oriam. We'll see you then.